C. 86 kilograms, D. 75 kilograms. Which wrestling category does Deepak Punia A. B. 57 kilograms, C. 86 kilograms, D. 75 kilograms. Answer, C. 86 kg. 2. Sekha Mirabai Chanu, women weightlifter, is representing India in category at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. 49 kg, B. 55 kg, C. 64 kg, D. 59 kg. Answer, A. 49 kg category. Also check Tokyo Paralympics GK quiz. 3. Who is the first ever Indian fencer to qualify for the Tokyo Olympic Games 2020? A. Kabita Devi, B. C.A. Bhavani Devi, C. Shilpa Garg, D. Pooja Mishra. Answer, B. Bhavani Devi. 4. Who is the women Indian golfer who qualified for the Tokyo Olympics Games 2020? A. Neha Tripathi, B. Shaili Chopra, C. Aditi Ashok, D. Visa Malik. Answer, C. Aditi Ashok. 5. Which Indian women gymnast is going to represent India at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Pranati Nayak, B. Sunita Sharma, C. Deepa Karmakar, D. Aruna Reddy. Answer, A. Pranati Nayak. 6. Which Indian wrestler is going to represent India at Tokyo Olympics 2020 in men's 65 kilograms category? A. Amit Dahia, B. Ravi Dahia, C. Yajeshwar Dutt, D. Bajrang Punia. Answer, D. Bajrang Punia. 7. Sonam Malik is going to represent India at Tokyo Olympics 2020 in which weight category? A. 53 kilograms, B. 57 kilograms, C. 62 kilograms, D. 50 kilograms. Answer, C. 62 kg. 8. What is the Tokyo Olympics 2020 mascot? A. Hadori, B. Miretawa, C. Amak, D. Fuwa. Answer, B. Miretawa. 9. What do the 5 rings on the Olympic symbol represent? A. The 5 oceans, B. The 5 continents, C. The 5 planets, D. 5 Greek gods. Answer, B. The 5 continents. 10. At which of the following Olympics were gold medals made of pure gold last awarded? A. 1912, B. 1920, C. 1936, D. 1948. Answer, A. 1912. Check Beige. A. B. C. Carl Lewis. Who of the following athletes has won the maximum number of individual gold medals at a single Olympics? A. Mark Spitz, B. Michael Phelps, C. Carl Lewis, D. Matt Biondi. Answer, B. Michael Phelps. 12. The 5 rings of the Olympic symbol are in 5 different colors: red, green, yellow, blue and A. Indigo, B. Violet, C. Orange, D. Black. Answer, D. Black. 13. Olympic Games were held in ancient Greece in the honor of Greek god? A. Zeus, B. Uranus, C. Apollo, D. Jupiter. Answer, A. Zeus. 14. At which of the following cities have the Olympic Games not been held twice? A. Athens, B. Paris, C. London, D. Atlanta. Answer, D. Atlanta. 15. In which year were the first modern Olympic Games held? A. 1900, B. 1896, C. 1904, D. 1892. Answer, B. 1896. 15. Which team leads the procession of athletes at the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games? A. Hosting nation, B. Greece, C. Hosting nation of the next Olympic Games, D. Hosting nation of the previous Olympic Games. Answer, B. Greece. 16. Where are the headquarters of the International Olympic Committee located? A. Lausanne, Switzerland, B. Paris, France, C. Athens, Greece, D. Atlanta, United States. Answer, A. Lausanne, Switzerland. 17. Olympic Games 2012 are being held in London. In which earlier years have the Olympic Games been held in London? A. 1920 and 1960, B. 1904 and 1952, C. 1908 and 1948, D. 1904 and 1948. Answer, C. 1908 and 1948. 18. What are the names of the mascots of the London Olympics 2012? A. Manlock and Wenville, B. Wenlock and Mandeville, C. Fuwa, the Dolls, D. Athena and Phoebus. Answer, B. Wenlock and Mandeville. 19. At which of the following Olympic Games was the Olympic flag flown for the first time? A. 1900, Paris. B. 1908, London. C. 1920, Antwerp. D. 1928, Amsterdam. Answer, C. 1920, Antwerp. Also check, GK quiz on Tokyo Paralympics Games. 20. Which of the following countries won the maximum number of medals at the first Olympic Games in 1896? A. Germany. B. Great Britain. C. United States of America. D. Greece. Answer, D. Greece. 21. Who of the following is known as the father of modern Olympics? A. Le Marquis de Samaranch. B. Pierre de Coubertin. C. Demetrius Vikalis. D. Ferenc Kemeny. Answer, B. Pierre de Coubertin. 22. Which language other than English is the official language of the International Olympic Committee? A. Chinese. B. French. C. Spanish. D. German. Answer, B. French. 23. Which team is at the end of the procession of athletes at the opening ceremony of the Olympic Games? A. Hosting nation. B. Greece. C. Hosting nation of the next Olympic Games. D. Hosting nation of the previous Olympic Games. Answer, A. Hosting nation, Japan in Tokyo Olympics 2020. 24. What is the motto of the Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Share the spirit. B. One world, one dream. C. Welcome home. D. United by emotion. Answer, D. United by emotion. 25. At which of the Olympic Games was the Olympic flame introduced for the first time? A. 1896, Athens. B. 1908, London. C. 1928, Amsterdam. D. 1920, Antwerp. Answer, C. 1928, Amsterdam. 26. What does the Olympic motto Citius, Altius, Fortius mean? A. Character, attitude, fortitude. B. Faster, higher, deeper. C. Faster, higher, stronger. D. Bigger, stronger, taller. Answer, C. Faster, higher, stronger. 27. Among the following Indians, who was the first to win an individual medal at the Olympics? A. K.D. Jadhav. B. Leander Pace. C. Rajayavardhan Singh Rathore. D. Karnam Malleswari. Answer, A. K.D. Jadhav. 28. Which city is the first in the world to be awarded both Summer and Winter Olympics? A. Seoul. B. Tokyo. C. Beijing. D. Atlanta. Answer, C. Beijing. 29. Who won the gold medal for 400 meters run at 2 consecutive Olympic Games? A. Michael Johnson. B. Carl Lewis. C. Alvin Harrison. D. Gregory Houghton. Answer, A. Michael Johnson. 30. When were the first recorded Olympics held? A. 825 BC. B. 776 BC. C. 320 BC. D. 80 AD. Answer, B. 776 BC. 31. Who among the following is the lone winner of gold medal from India in the Olympics? A. Abhinav Bindra. B. Vijender Kumar. C. Sushil Kumar. D. Rajayavardhan Rathore. Answer, A. Abhinav Bindra. 32. At which of these Olympic Games did Dhyanchand captain the gold medal winning Indian hockey team? A. 1956, Melbourne. B. 1948, London. C. 1928, Amsterdam. D. 1936, Berlin. Answer, D. 1936, Berlin. 33. At which of the following places is the Olympic flame lit before the start of the Olympic Games every 4 years? A. Temple of Zeus. B. Temple of Diana. C. Temple of Hera. D. Temple of Artemis. Answer, C. Temple of Hera. 34. Who of the following was the first female Olympic champion? A. Helen Jackson. B. Charlotte Cooper. C. Agnes Morton. D. Louise Martin. Answer, B. Charlotte Cooper. 35. Who of the following gymnasts was the first to be awarded a perfect score of 10 in an Olympic gymnastic event? A. Elena Mukhina. B. Nelly Kim. C. Nadia Comaneci. D. Yelena Davidova. Answer, C. Nadia Comaneci. 36. Who of the following was the first person to complete the 100 meters event in under 10 seconds? A. Jim Hines. B. Jesse Onis. C. Usain Bolt. D. Ben Johnson. Answer, A. Jim Hines. 37. Who of the following in 1896 became the first champion of the modern Olympic Games? A. Norman Pitchard. B. Paul Masson. C. Carl Schumann. D. James Connolly. Answer, D. James Connolly. 39. At which of the following Olympic Games was the Olympic oath taken for the first time? A. 1936, Berlin. B. 1920, Antwerp. C. 1968, Mexico City. D. 1956, Melbourne. Answer, B. 1920, Antwerp. 40. According to the Olympic Charter, the duration of the competitions of the Olympic Games shall not exceed A. 20 days. B. 15 days. C. 12 days. D. 16 days. Answer, D. 16 days. 41. In how many events medals going to be awarded in Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. 303. B. 333. C. 400. D. 409. Answer, B. 333 events across 33 sports. 42. Who are the two Indian athletes who will be the flag bearer of India, opening at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Mary Kom, Manpreet Singh. B. Bajrang Punia, Manpreet Singh. C. Bajrang Punia, Mary Kom. D. Deepika Kumar, Manpreet Singh. Answer, A. Mary Kom, Manpreet Singh. 43. Who is the only Indian athlete who has qualified for the men's shot put even in the Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Shivpal Singh. B. Tajinder Pal Tuur. C. Murali Srishankar. D. Neeraj Chopra. Answer, B. Tajinder Pal Tuur. 44. Who will represent India in badminton's men's singles even at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. B. Sai Pranith. B. Satwiksaraj Rankireddy. C. Chirag Shetty. D. P. Kashyap. Answer, A. B. Sai Pranith. 45. Who will be flag bearer of India in the closing ceremony of the Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Neeraj Chopra. B. Bajrang Punia. C. Vinesh Phogat. D. Mary Kom. Answer, B. Bajrang Punia. 46. Deepika Kumar is going to represent India in the women's individual archery event of the Tokyo Olympics 2021. This is going to be her Olympics? A. First. B. Second. C. Third. D. Fourth. Answer, third. 47. Who is going to participate in the 50-kilometer walk event, men, from India at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Jabiram Paliailal. B. Gurpreet Singh. C. Sundeep Kumar. D. Avinash Sable. Answer, B. Gurpreet Singh. 48. Which sportsman will represent India at Tokyo Olympics 2020 in men's long jump event? A. Shivpal Singh. B. Murali Srishankar. C. Neeraj Chopra. D. Tajinder Pal Tuur. Answer, B. Murali Srishankar. 49. Indian boxer Simranjit Kaur will participate in which weight category at boxing events of Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Flyweight. B. Lightweight. C. Welterweight. D. Middleweight. Answer, B. Lightweight. 50. Priyanka Goswami and Banajat is going to participate in which event at the Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. 100 meters race. B. 200 meters race. C. 20 kilometers walk. D. 400 meters hurdles. Answer, C. 20 kilometers walk. 51. What is opening date of Tokyo Olympic Games 2020? A. July 21st. B. July 23rd. C. August 1st. D. August 3rd. Answer, B. July 23rd. 52. What is the size of Indian contingent at Tokyo Olympic Sports 2020? A. 120. B. 240. C. 228. D. 310. Answer, C. 228. 53. Which sports is retouring in Tokyo Olympics? A. Fencing. B. Judo. C. Golf. D. Baseball. Answer, D. Baseball. 54. What is the number of Indian track and field athletes qualified for Tokyo Olympics? A. 16. B. 26. C. 20. D. 35. Answer, B. 26. 55. Which one of the following tennis players not playing at the Tokyo Olympics? A. Sumit Nagpal. B. Ankita Raina. C. Sania Mirza. D. Rohan Bopanna. Answer, D. Rohan Bopanna. 56. In skateboarding's first Olympic event at Tokyo Olympics 2020, who won the gold medal in men's street event? A. Yuto Horigome. B. Calvin Hoefler. C. Jagger Eaton. D. Uda Abe. Answer A. Yuto Horigome from Japan. 57. In skateboarding's first Olympic event at Tokyo Olympics 2020, who won the gold medal in the women's street event? A. Momiji Nishida. B. Raisa Leal. C. Funa Nakayama. D. Yuto Horigome. Answer A. Momiji Nishida. 58. Which team won gold medal in archery and men's team event in Olympics 2020 Tokyo? A. Chinese Taipei. B. Japan. C. South Korea. D. Germany. Answer C. South Korea team of Kim Woo-jin, Oh Jin-hyuk, Kim Jae-deok. 59. Which team won gold medal in archery and women's team event in Olympics 2020 Tokyo? A. Rock. B. Germany. C. Netherlands. D. South Korea. Answer D. South Korea team of Ansan, Jang Min-hee, Kang Chae-young. 60. Which Indian athlete won a silver medal in women 49 kg category in weightlifting, first silver medal in weightlifting ever for India, at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Kumukchum Sanjita Chanu. B. Sekham Mirabai Chanu. C. Renu Bala Chanu. D. Jili Dalabehara. Answer B. Sekham Mirabai Chanu. 61. Sekham Mirabai Chanu won a silver medal in women 49 kg category in weightlifting at Tokyo Olympics. Who won the gold medal? A. Wendy Kandakaesa. B. Hose Hihi. C. Laurel Hubbard. D. Katie Grob. Answer B. Hose Hihi from China. 62. Who won the gold medal in men's 10-meter air pistol event and shooting at Tokyo Olympics by breaking the Olympic record? A. Javad Farauji. B. Damir Mikuk. C. Pang Wei. D. Abdullah Al-Rashidi. Answer A. Javed Farauji from Iran. 63. Who won the gold medal in men's 10-meter air rifle event and shooting at Tokyo Olympics by breaking the Olympic record? A. Shen Liheo. B. Yang Haoran. C. Will Shaner. D. Damir Mikuk. Answer C. Will Shaner from the USA. 64. Which athlete won the gold medal in women's 10-meter air pistol event and shooting at Tokyo Olympics by breaking the Olympic record? A. Vitalina Batsarashkina. B. Antoanta Kostadinova. C. Jiang Rangson. D. Yang Qian. Answer A. Vitalina Batsarashkina from ROC. 65. Who won the gold medal in women's 10-meter air rifle even in shooting at Tokyo Olympics 2020-2021 by breaking the Olympics record? A. Anastasia Galashina. B. Nina Kristen. C. Yang Qian. D. Amber English. Answer C. Yang Qian for China. 66. Who won India's first Olympic single match in 25 years in tennis at Tokyo Olympics 2020 by beating Denis Istomin of Uzbekistan? A. Somdev Devarman. B. Sumit Nagal. C. Rohan Bopana. D. Mahesh Bhupati. Answer B. Sumit Nagal. 66. Which athlete won gold medal in men's 400 meters freestyle artistic swimming event at Tokyo Olympics? A. Ahmed Hafnaoui. B. Jack McLaughlin. C. Kieran Smith. D. Adam Peaty. Answer A. Ahmed Hafnaoui from Tunisia. 67. Athletes from which country won gold in rowing men's double sculls even in Tokyo Olympics 2020? In this event, Arjun Lal Jat and Arvind Singh of India also participated? A. France. B. Netherlands. C. China. D. Australia. Answer A. France. The team of Hugo Boucheron and Matthew Androdius from France won. 68. Which archer from India beat world No. 2-player Galsan Bazar's Hapav at Tokyo Olympics 2020 but couldn't get a medal? A. Adanu Das. B. P. Jadhav. C. Tarandeep Rai. D. Sundeep Kumar. Answer B. Pravin Jadhav. 69. Which two Indian shooters enter the second stage of qualification in the mixed 10 meters air pistol round of Tokyo Olympics? A. Deepak Kumar and Anjum Mudgel. B. Divyansh Singh Panwar and Ilavanal Valerian. C. Saurabh Chaudhary and Manu Bakar. D. Abhishek Verma and Yashaswini Deswal. Answer C. Saurabh Chaudhary and Manu Bakar. 70. Which swimmer represented India in men's 200 meters butterfly swimming event at Tokyo 2020 Olympics? A. Sri Hari Nataraj. B. Sajan Prakash. C. Sundeep Sejwal. D. Anshul Kotari. Answer B. Sajan Prakash. He along with Sri Hari Nataraj is the first ever Indian swimmer to qualify for the Olympic Games by breaching the A standard time. 71. Which swimmer represented India in men's 100 meters backstroke swimming event at Tokyo 2020 Olympics? A. Sri Hari Nataraj. B. Sajan Prakash. C. Sundeep Sejwal. D. Anshul Kotari. Answer A. Sri Hari Nataraj, along with Sajan Prakash, is the first ever Indian swimmer to qualify for the Olympic Games by breaching the A standard time. 72. For the first time in history, Pakistan entered one badminton player into the Olympic tournament at Tokyo 2020. Can you tell the name of this player? A. Ghazala Siddique. B. Sidra Hamid. C. Mahor Shahzad. D. Huma Javid. Answer C. Mahor Shahzad. She participated in women's singles event. 73. Which two athletes created Olympic history for India in the semi-final A of lightweight men's double sculls in rowing with an impressive timing of 6 hours, 24 minutes, and 41 seconds but can't get a medal for the nation? A. Arjun Lal Jat and Arvind Singh. B. Sunil Atri and Bhagwan Singh. C. Punit Kumar and Gurmeet Singh. D. Keshav Dev and Narsa Ram. Answer A. Arjun Lal Jat and Arvind Singh. 74. Who wins a gold medal in first ever Olympic 800 meters freestyle swimming final? A. Robert Fink USA. B. Gregorio Paltrinieri Italy. C. Mikhailo Romanchuk Ukraine. D. Ahmed Hafneo Tunisia. Answer A. Robert Fink USA. 75. Who break the Olympic record to win gold medal in women 200 meters butterfly swimming at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Zhang Yufei China. B. Reagan Smith United States. C. Holly Flickinger United States. D. Yahi Ohashi Japan. Answer A. Zhang Yufei China. 76. Who won gold at Tokyo Olympics 2020 in women individual foil event in fencing? A. Ina Deriglazova, ROC. B. Larissa Korobenikova, ROC. C. Lee Kiefer, USA. D. Sun Yiwen, China. Answer C. Lee Kiefer. 77. Who won gold at Tokyo Olympics 2020 in women individual sabre event in fencing? A. Sofia Velikaya, ROC. B. Sofia Pozniakova, ROC. C. Manon Brunet, France. D. Larissa Korobenikova, ROC. Answer B. Sofia Pozniakova. 78. Who beat India's Manika Batra in round 3 of table tennis even at Tokyo Olympics to end her run at Olympics 2020? A. Margarita Vladimirovna. B. Sofia Polkanova. C. Chen Meng. D. Mimo Ito. Answer B. Sofia Polkanova. 79. Team from which nation won gold in mixed double events at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. China. B. USA. C. Indonesia. D. Japan. Answer D. Japan. The team of Jun Mizutani and Mima Ito claimed their country's first ever Olympic table tennis gold medal. 80. Which Indian become only the fourth player in women's singles badminton to claim 2 medals at the 2 consecutive Olympic Games by beating He Bingzhou of China in Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Saina Nehwal. B. PV Sindhu. C. Jawala Gutta. D. Ashwini Ponappa. Answer B. PV Sindhu. 81. PV Sindhu won her second Olympic medal after getting a bronze at Tokyo Olympics 2020. Who other than PV Sindhu is the only athlete in India having 2 Olympic medals in an individual sport? A. Vijender Singh. B. Abhinav Bindra. C. Sushil Kumar. D. Saina Nehwal. Answer C. Sushil Kumar. 82. Who won the gold medal in the women's singles badminton event at Tokyo Olympics 2020? In the same event, PV Sindhu won gold medal? A. Tai Ziyang. B. Chen Yufei. C. Kim So-yeong. D. Kang Hee-yeon. Answer B. Chen Yufei. 83. Which Indian boxer assured a medal for herself by defeating Chinese Taipei's Chen Ninchin at Tokyo 2020 Summer Olympics? A. Lovelina Borgohain. B. Mary Kom. C. Simranjit Kaur. D. Pujarani. Answer A. Lovelina Borgohain. 84. Indian men's hockey team created history at the Tokyo Olympics 2020 by entering into the semi-final of the Olympics after 49 years. Who is the captain of Indian men's hockey team? A. Rupinder Pal Singh. B. P. R. Srijesh. C. Manpreet Singh. D. Hardik Singh. Answer C. Manpreet Singh. 85. Along with Indian men's hockey team, Indian women's hockey team also created history Tokyo Olympics 2020. The team reached the semi-final of the Olympics for the first time. Who is the captain of the Indian women's hockey team? A. Nikki Pradhan. B. Rani Rampal. C. Gurjit Kaur. D. Deep Grace Eka. Answer B. Rani Rampal. 86. Which Indian women created history at Tokyo Olympics 2020 by getting an entry in the final of discuss through event? A. Krishna Punia. B. Seema Punia. C. Ekta Bayan. D. Kamalpreet Kaur. Answer, D. Kamalpreet Kaur. 87. Who won gold medal in men's 100m race event at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Andre de Grasse. B. Fred Kerley. C. Johan Blake. D. Marcel Jacobs. Answer, D. Marcel Jacobs from Italy. 88. Which Indian boxer created history by winning a bronze medal at Tokyo Olympics 2020? She becomes second women boxer and third overall boxer to win a bronze medal at Olympics for India? A. Simranjit Kaur. B. MC Mary Kom. C. Lovelina Borgohain. D. Pooja Rani. Answer, C. Lovelina Borgohain. 89. Indian men's hockey team lost in Olympics semi-finals at Tokyo 2020. Which team beaten the Indian men's hockey team? A. Great Britain. B. Australia. C. Argentina. D. Belgium. Answer, D. Belgium. 90. Which Indian wrestler created history at Tokyo Olympics by reaching the final? He assured at least a silver medal in men's freestyle 57 kg semi-final. A. Deepak Punia. B. Ravi Kumar Dahiya. C. Amit Kumar Dahiya. D. Bajrang Punia. Answer, B. Ravi Kumar Dahiya. 91. Indian women's hockey team lost in Olympics semi-finals at Tokyo 2020. Which team beaten the Indian women's hockey team? A. Argentina. B. Australia. C. Belgium. D. South Africa. Answer, A. Argentina. 92. Which Indian javelin thrower reached the final at Tokyo Olympics 2020 by topping his group? A. Shivpal Singh. B. Anil Kumar Singh. C. Neeraj Chopra. D. Tajinder Pal Singh Tour. Answer, C. Neeraj Chopra. 93. Indian men's hockey team win a historic bronze medal at Tokyo Olympics 2020. The team achieved this success by beating which team? A. Australia. B. Belgium. C. Germany. D. Belarus. Answer, C. Germany. 94. Who is the goalkeeper of the Indian men's hockey team? He is getting a lot of praise for his great performance at Tokyo Olympics 2020. A. P. R. Srijesh. B. Manpreet Singh. C. Harmanpreet Singh. D. Rupinder Pal Singh. Answer, A. P. R. Srijesh. 95. India's top seed wrestling Vinesh Fogart lost in quarter-final of the women freestyle 53 kg wrestling category in Tokyo Olympics 2020. Who beat her in the quarter-final? A. Sofia Matson. B. Vanessa Kaladzinskaya. C. Valeria Kobleva. D. Irina Kurachkina. Answer, B. Vanessa Kaladzinskaya. 96. Indian wrestler Ravi Kumar Dahiya is going to take part in the final gold medal match in men's 57 kg freestyle wrestling category at Tokyo 2020. Who is going to be his opponent? A. Zoris Vanovich Yugov. B. Nurislam Sanayev. C. Georgy Vangelov. D. David Morris Taylor 3. Answer, A. Zoris Vanovich Yugov. 97. Which team won the gold medal in softball, newly added sport, in Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. USA. B. Japan. C. Italy. D. Australia. Answer, B. Japan. 98. Indian women's hockey team lost bronze medal match at Tokyo Olympics 2020. To which team Indian women's hockey team lost? A. Argentina. B. Great Britain. C. Australia. D. Belgium. Answer, B. Great Britain. 99. India's Deepak Punia lost the bronze medal match after losing to San Mario's Amin Miles in the dying moments of the game. Under which wrestling weight category he participated in Tokyo 2020 Olympics? A. Men's 65 kg freestyle. B. Men's 74 kg freestyle. C. Men's 86 kg freestyle. D. Men's 57 kg freestyle. Answer, C. Men's 86 kg freestyle. 100. Which Indian athlete participated in men's 50 km race walk final even at Tokyo Olympics 2020 but can't get a medal because he was unable to finish the race? A. Sundeep Kumar. B. KT Irfan. C. Rahul Rahila. D. Gurpreet Singh. Answer, D. Gurpreet Singh. 101. Which Indian women golfer who was born with profound deafness is participating in Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Aditi Ashok. B. Shaili Chopra. C. Diksha Dagar. D. Visa Malik. Answer, C. Diksha Dagar. 102. Who won the gold medal men's 400 meters race at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Stephen Gardiner, Bahamas. B. Anthony Zambrano, Colombia. C. Kirani James, Grenada. D. Andre de Grasse, Canada. Answer, A. Stephen Gardiner, Bahamas. 103. Which athlete from Jamaica won gold in both women 100-meter and 200-meter race event at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Elaine Thompson-Herah. B. Shelly Ann Fraser-Price. C. Sharika Jackson. D. Megan Tapper. Answer, A. Elaine Thompson-Herah. 104. In which event at Tokyo Olympics 2020 all three medals i.e. gold, silver, and bronze won by women athletes from Jamaica? A. Women 200 meters race. B. Women 800 meters race. C. Women 100 meters race. D. 20-kilometer walk. Answer, C. Women 100 meters race. 105. In which event at Tokyo Olympics 2020 the silver medal is not awarded because of the tie at the gold medal position between Gianmarco Tamberi from Italy and Mutaz Essa Barsham from Qatar? A. High jump. B. Long jump. C. Triple jump. D. Shot put. Answer, A. High jump. 106. Sydney McLaughlin from the United States of America, USA created a world record at Tokyo Olympics 2020 in which event? A. Women's 100 meters hurdles. B. Women's 400 meters hurdles. C. Women's 3000 meters steeplechase. D. Women's long jump. Answer, B. Women's 400 meters hurdles. 107. Which athlete broke the world record in men's 400 meters hurdles event at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Alison dos Santos, Brazil. B. Rai Benjamin, USA. C. Karsten Warholm, Norway. D. Hansel Parchment, Jamaica. Answer, C. Karsten Warholm from Norway. 108. Which nation won the first gold medal of Tokyo 2020 Olympics? A. Japan. B. USA. C. China. D. Australia. Answer, C. China. China's Yang Qian in the 10-meter rifle shooting. 109. USA swimmer Caleb Dressel won 5 gold medals in Tokyo Olympics 2020. How many world records did he break while doing so? A. 2. B. 3. C. 4. D. 5. Answer, A. 2. 110. Who won the first ever skateboarding, newly added game at Olympics, gold medal at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Ray Salil. B. Funa Nakayama. C. Mamaji Nishida. D. Riley Hawk. Answer, C. Mamaji Nishida. 111. How many medals did India won during Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. 5. B. 6. C. 7. D. 8. Answer, C. 7. 112. Neeraj Chopra wins the one and only gold medal for India in Tokyo Olympics 2020. In which sport did he participate? A. Shooting. B. Shot put. C. Discus throw. D. Javelin throw. Answer, D. Javelin throw. 113. In Tokyo Olympics 2020, Neeraj Chopra becomes the second Indian athlete ever to win an Olympic gold medal at an individual event. Who is the first one? A. Milkha Singh. B. Abhinav Bindra. C. Sushil Kumar. D. PV Sindhu. Answer, B. Abhinav Bindra. He won gold at Beijing Olympics 2008. 114. Who carried the Indian flag during the closing ceremony of the Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Neeraj Chopra. B. Bajrang Punia. C. PV Sindhu. D. Ravi Kumar. Answer, B. Bajrang Punia. 115. Which nation won the most number of gold medals at the Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. USA. B. China. C. Japan. D. Great Britain. Answer, A. USA with 39 gold medals. 116. Which swimmer from Australia won 4 gold medals at Tokyo Olympics 2020 to 2021? A. Kylie McEwen. B. Emma McKeon. C. Lisa Carrington. D. Katie Ledecky. Answer, B. Emma McEwen. 117. Which superstar archer from Korea won 3 gold medals at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Jong Yu-fei. B. Cheng Hai-jin. C. Lee Seung-jin. D. An-san. Answer, D. An-san. 118. Which nation finished with the most number of medals in the Tokyo Olympics? A. United States of America, USA. B. China. C. Japan. D. Australia. Answer A. United States of America with 113 medals. 119. How many gold medals did China won at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. 32. B. 42. C. 38. D. 41. Answer C. 38 gold medals. 120. Karate makes its Olympics debut at Tokyo 2020. Who won the gold medal in men's kata category? A. Damian Quintero, Spain. B. Ryoki Una, Japan. C. Ariel Torres, USA. D. Ali Sofuoglu, Turkey. Answer B. Ryoki Una, Japan. 121. How many silver medals did India won at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. 2. B. 3. C. 4. D. 5. Answer A. 2. 122. How many bronze medals did India won at Tokyo Olympics? A. 3. B. 4. C. 5. D. 6. Answer B. 4. 123. In which weight category of wrestling did Bajrang Punia won the bronze medal for India at Tokyo 2020? A. Men's freestyle 57 kilograms. B. Men's freestyle 86 kilograms. C. Men's freestyle 65 kilograms. D. Men's freestyle 74 kilograms. Answer C. Men's freestyle 65 kg. 124. In which event at Tokyo Olympics 2020 the team of Indian athletes break the Asian record but can't reach the finals and get medals? A. Men's 4x400 meters relay. B. Women's 4x400 meters relay. C. Mixed 4x400 meters relay. D. 400 meters hurdles. Answer A. Men's 4x400 meters relay. The team of Amoj Jacob, Irokia Rajiv, No and Nirmal Tom, Mohammed Anas Yahya broke the Asian records. 125. Along with Neeraj Chopra, another Indian athlete participated in the javelin throw event at Tokyo Olympics 2020. However, he was not able to qualify for the finals. What is his name? A. Murali Sri Shankar. B. Shivpal Singh. C. Sahil Silar. D. MP Jabir. Answer B. Shivpal Singh. 126. Who broke the Indian national record in 3,000 meters steeplechase at Tokyo Olympics 2020 but couldn't win a medal? A. Sundeep Kumar. B. M. P. Jabir. C. Avinash Sable. D. Rahul Rahila. Answer C. Avinash Sable. 127. Which Indian golfer performed well at the Tokyo Olympics and finished fourth? Just missed the podium, medal finish, very narrowly? A. Anirban Lahiri. B. Udayan Mane. C. Aditi Ashok. D. Diksha Dagar. Answer C. Aditi Ashok. 128. Neeraj Chopra won gold at the javelin throw event at Tokyo Olympics 2020. In the same event, a Pakistani athlete finished fifth. What is his name? A. Shah Hussain Shah. B. Ghulam Mustafa Bashir. C. Arshad Nadeem. D. Talhat Alib. Answer C. Arshad Nadeem. 129. India finished on which rank in terms of the number of medals won at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. 25th. B. 38th. C. 48th. D. 62nd. Answer C. 48th. 130. Which athlete won second ever gold medal for Israel at Tokyo Olympics 2020? A. Ray Durley Zapata. B. Artem Dogol-Piat. C. Artur Dalaloyan. D. Tinsur Bik. Answer B. Artem Dogol-Piat. 131. Tokyo Olympics 2020 turned out to be the best ever Olympics for India in which the athletes claimed 7 medals. The previous best was London Olympics 2012. How many medals did India win at London Olympics? A. 3. B. 4. C. 5. D. 6. Answer D. 6. 132. Japan was the host of the Tokyo Olympics. At which position did it finish at the medal tally? A. 3rd. B.